I'm Haley Overton, your Bend Home Concierge. It seems like everybody is wanting to move to Bend, Oregon these days, so here is a video to give you some of my top 8 reasons why everybody wants to live in Bend. We have wonderful outdoor recreation outside of our front door. Hiking or mountain biking. If you're into snow sports, Mount Bachelor is just a quick 30-minute drive away. Go for a hike in the summer. Along the whole Cascade Lakes, we have miles and miles of trails and campgrounds, Forest Service roads. The list is endless. Bend has beautiful weather. Yes, we get snow, but we don't get as much down here as they do on the mountains. Our winters tend to be fairly dry with some snow, but also very sunny. And our summers cannot be beat. 80 to 90 degree days in July and August, and the rest of the summer is fairly mild. It cools down at night, so a lot of times you don't even have to use our air conditioning at night. You just open up your window and let the wind cool your house naturally. Big city traffic is not a thing here, especially when you compare it to bigger cities. It takes about 15 minutes to get pretty much anywhere in town. If you live on the east side and you want to get downtown, it's 12 to 15 minutes. If you live on the west side and you want to get up to Aubrey Butte or go to shopping, it's about 15 minutes. Even on heavier traffic days, it might add 3 or 4 minutes to your commute, and I think that that's a big draw. The Deschutes River Trail, a huge walking trail that spans miles and miles just throughout town. You can pick it up at different places in town, at the Old Mill, from downtown Bend, and from several different little areas throughout. You can walk or run. Some of it even allows for mountain biking. It's a really great place to see beautiful scenery. Some parts are even less crowded. I'm always happy to show you some of my favorite less crowded parts of the river trail. Do a lot of trail running, and trying to find the places that aren't as populated on a Saturday morning is one of my favorite things. Central Oregon is known for its beer scene. Dozens and dozens of breweries, from Pilsners to hoppy IPAs, to double IPAs. We have so many breweries here, and it's a great place to gather with friends. They're wonderful places to sit outside, enjoy a beer. A lot of them have yard games, Crux Fermentation, Boneyard Beer. Deschutes Brewery has been around for, 30 years, almost 40 years here in Central Oregon. If you like beer at all, you owe it to yourself to come and try our Bend Ale Trail. So the Bend Ale Trail is an adventure started by the Bend Visitor Center, and you can get a map from them, or you can download it on your phone and just go out and drink beer at as many breweries as you can. And if you complete a certain number of them, you can take your map back to the Visitor Center and you get a prize. As a beer enthusiast, you should definitely check out the Ale Trail. It's a great way to explore different breweries that you may not necessarily try otherwise. Bend is a great place to raise a family, and whether that's a family of 1 person or a family of 5 or a couple and their 4 dogs, Bend is a great place to call home regardless of what your family looks like. We're so lucky here in Bend that a lot of families like to be involved in the schools, and so we tend to have really great schools and that every neighborhood has access to. Bend is one of those places where kids still play outside, whether they're playing in their backyard or at a neighborhood park, or they're playing on the banks of the river. Bend is just one of those places where kids and dogs and everybody seems to congregate outside, and it's just a really great place to be. Housing in Bend is still relatively affordable when you look at other towns and cities in the Pacific Northwest. If you're coming from somewhere like San Francisco or Seattle or Portland, our housing prices are going to be significantly lower. And so you can get more house for your money, and you can be in a place in town where you're walkable or it's bikeable. Our housing prices here in Central Oregon still remain relatively low compared to other cities and towns in the Pacific Northwest. Bend is one of those cities where you can still walk down the street and people wave, people smile. You can have a conversation with a random stranger while you're having a beer. And I think that that is one of the things that makes our community so special. Bend just has that friendly small town vibe that I think we're all looking for. in a place where we know our neighbors and where we can get a smile while we walk down the street. We have wonderful shopping, we have great health care, we have wonderful restaurants, but it still has that small town vibe. If you're thinking about moving to Bend, or if you're just here to visit, I'm happy to send you a copy of my relocation guide. It has some of my favorite breweries, some of my favorite hiking trails, it lists our schools and golf courses and other places to recreate around Central Oregon. From Murata to the Old Mill to Northwest Crossing, there's a neighborhood for everyone. This is Haley Overton, your Bend home concierge with Cascade Sotheby's International Realty, and I'm excited to help you find your next adventure here in Bend.